Okay, test review. You have a history test coming up. I'm going to be sending it out probably later today or tomorrow. On the original calendar, it was scheduled for tomorrow. I am going to be sending it out, most likely later today, but the latest tomorrow, depending on how the day progresses. It will then be due probably Thursday or Friday. The grades will be closing this week for the third quarter. My grades are due next week for this quarter, and then the fourth quarter begins and we'll start a study of Rome. Now, with this particular test, it is not going to be the kind of test that you've had so far in the first two quarters, where it's a multiple page test and had a variety of different styles. The old test had multiple choice, fill in the blank, true and false, and all that sort of stuff. Newsflash, if I give that to you, you're at home in front of a MacBook or a Chromebook or a computer, and you just look up all those answers with your notes and things like that. So it'd be kind of pointless. I don't want to necessarily put people in the position of, well, gee, should I get it right or should I get it wrong? Or should I look it up or not look it up? We're all trusting that you're going to be doing some things on your own. And we're trusting that you're not going to just sit there and Google answers and try and cut and paste and use Wikipedia and whatever else you can come up with things. Now, this does depend a little bit on your own kind of little honor system. So the test I'm going to be giving you this week is probably going to be between 1 and 4 questions. And they're going to be response questions. I may put 4 questions up there and ask you to choose 2 of them. Now, if you choose any of those 2 questions that I put up of the 4, then you simply fill it out on a doc, type it up, send it to me, and I'll grade it. The test is still going to be worth 100 points, so it'll be 50 points per question of the 2 that you choose. So in regards to review, right now I'm going to give you a few different things you might want to take a quick look at, review your notes, and look over some of the reading. This way, when you go to answer the test questions, you don't have to sit there and go hunting for all those things right then. It'd be better if you have some ideas in your head ready to go. First things, you might want to think deeply about the definition of democracy as it means to the Greeks versus the definition of democracy as it is in the modern United States and ourselves. Second, the role of people in a government, particularly in a democratic government. Next, you're also going to want to think about various leaders throughout Greek history. I'm talking about Solon, Pericles, Pisistratus, Leonidas, Themistocles. You also might want to even think about the Persian leaders Xerxes and Darius. Okay? Those particular leadership styles and the comments that we discussed about them may play into some of those questions I'm going to give you. Make no mistake, these questions I'm giving you for this test are not just a regurgitate the knowledge kind of question where you tell me what the answer is. This is something that's going to require you to think about your own outlook and view historically, as well as covering the Greek things, apply it, and then answer it. That means, on the one hand, there's no really wrong answer as long as you put some thought into it and craft the response. But if you don't craft a good response, or if you just cut and paste something, and it'll be pretty noticeable, especially when I just scan it on Google when they start coming into me. I want this done on a document when you send it back to me so that I can actually read it, okay? It'll be much easier that way. Don't worry about printing something out and then taking a picture of it. Just do it straight on a doc and send it straight to me and title it History Test. Now, some other things you might want to take a quick look at on there. Know a little bit about that Persian War, all right, between the Greeks and the Persians. Maybe look a little bit over the Peloponnesian War, about the conflict between the Delian League and the Peloponnesian League, one led by Athens and one led by Sparta. The differences are. Maybe even look back upon the agoge system put in play by Lycurgus in the Spartan education. Okay, very specific kind of educational system. Greek culture in general. Think about how it was spread across the world, who brought that with them, and how that was, portrayed. Either way, no matter what I put together in this test, you're only going to be responsible for answering 2 of the questions. Please answer only 2 of the questions. Now, this of course only applies to my history class. So if you're stumbling across this and you're in Miss Khan's history class, this will not help you at all, nor should it apply to you. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, get notifications, click the bell so that when I do post something new, you can see it coming up. I've had a lot of questions today about math. I'll be dropping a little bit more videos about that today too, which is understandable, but some people are making some mistakes in that. This one, however, focused just on history. Okay, look over your notes, look over your reading, right? And if you want to look back over something when you're taking the test, that's totally okay. This is a constructed response question that you'll be answering. 2 of them actually. So this will be a little bit more work and a little different. On the one hand, you're not going to have 100 questions to go over. On the other hand, you're not going to have 100 questions to go over. So we have 2 questions to answer at 50 points apiece. There'll be a kind of a sliding scale of things that I'm looking for when you answer those questions. If you're able to do that, I think you do quite well. Think carefully what you're trying to put in it. Put an outline together before you craft your response. I should see, of course, periods, capitalization, things like that. If you're talking about a proper name, make sure it's capitalized, okay? I don't want to see Pericles with a lowercase p. That's just tacky and way beneath your actual ability levels, okay? Put some thought into it as you craft it, put it together. To start off with, write it the way you would speak, okay? Think about that if that helps you get it down, okay? This is not an English assignment. I'm looking for the content. I'm looking for your thoughtfulness. I'm looking for your thought processes. I'm looking for good reasoning. I'm looking for support for examples. So tell me what you actually think. Those are all acceptable. Have a great day. Think about it later. Bye.